Hey guys, it's Frank from Cruising with Wheels. When you're on a cruise, do you feel sometimes that you have a crazy magnet on your forehead? That you encounter every crazy Looney Tune that's aboard a ship? And then it's welcome to Crazy Town? Well, today I'm going to tell you all the wackadoodles that we've encountered in this episode of my Tales from the High Seas. We somehow, I don't know why, attract all the cuckoo crazies. I mean, seriously, I don't know why they're attracted to us. You know, we mind our own business. We don't insert ourselves in other people's problems or what's going on. You know, we stick to ourselves and we worry about ourselves. But I swear, these weirdos find us everywhere we go. And in the first story I'm going to tell you, it was about this mother and her 3 daughters. We were on the NCL Gem in 2015, and you know it, my Kevin just happens to always get involved in some brouhaha that's going on down at guest services. He gets there. I think he wanted to ask a question. So he's kind of waiting, and there's this mother and her 3 daughters. And they're at the desk, and apparently, I'll give you some of the background, they're staying in the Haven, and they're just ripping into the agent at the desk. Okay? And the guest services agent was Asian. And these 3 had a problem, apparently, with their key card. Don't know what it was about. And they were ripping into her. And they were calling her every racist name in the book. I won't repeat what they said. Okay, so I don't get the hate mail that I am saying racist comments about Asians. So keep your hate mail to yourself, because I'm not. But they were ripping. And she just couldn't even try to solve whatever problem they were having with their key card. But the issue wasn't that. The issue was that, first of all, according to Kevin, they were all dressed like crack, whore, hoochie mamas. And the one daughter, her dress was so short, it wasn't even a dress. It was like she was wearing a shirt with nothing else. And Kevin said, you could see everything down there. She wasn't wearing any underwear. And you could see it all. Okay? Whatever you want to call it. Her, punani, her cooter, hupunamundra, whatever name you have for down there, you could see it exposed to the world. And Kevin was like, oh my God, I can see everything. Like, who wants to see that? So he quietly, as the mother, is railing at the agent, with some of the daughters inserting their racist crap, like the backup singers. Kevin goes up to the girl, and he's, on the sly, on the side, quietly going, excuse me, you might want to pull down your dress a bit. And she was like, what? Huh? He goes, pull down your dress. What? Huh? What? And he's like 3 times he was trying to, quietly and discreetly tell her, you need to pull down your dress, honey. And finally she was like, why are you talking to me? Who are you? I mean, very arrogant, spoiled, entitled. hoochie mama crack whore. And finally he was like, girl, I can see your okay? Everyone on the ship can see your nobody wants to see that. And then she was like, oh my God, you don't have to be so loud about it. He goes, well, you're not listening. You know, I'm trying to tell you discreetly. Everybody can see you're not wearing underwear. Everybody can see every bunch of your bits that you've got, for the love of God. Jesus, pull down your dress. So she was like, and then proceeded along with the rest of her family to abuse the guest services agent. Well, finally, the agent was having enough of it. She ended up calling security. Security had to come down and literally drag this whole family out of the guest services area. They were so abusive and nasty. But before they were done, the mother, who, you know, was also dressed like some crack whore, wearing no bra, boobs hanging down to her knees, you know, clearly was not dressed. None of them were dressed appropriately. Tells security that Kevin was sexually harassing her daughter. And Kevin was like, you know, he's waiting in line. He's like, what? And she's telling this bullshit lie that he was accosting her daughter because she was so beautiful, you know, just like everyone else on the ship is sexually harassing her daughter. And he's like, oh my God. It's like, please, my gosh, I'm gay, for God's sakes. I'm married to a man. Ain't nobody want to get with that. That is disgusting. Ain't nobody want to get with your skank whore daughter. Please. And nobody else wants to hear about your $12,000, you know, Haven Suite or whatever BS you're spewing here. Take your skankiness and your whore daughters out of here, because ain't nobody want to see that. So he comes up and he's telling me all this, and I'm like, are you kidding me? He goes, no, these girls are walking around the ship wearing no underwear, you know, with these short dresses up to here, showing every bunch of their bits to the world. Like, geez, oh my God. Oh my God. He was like, I'm blinded. I'm permanently blinded by the sight of these girls. I'm like, stop the drama, please. You'll recover, I'm sure. But it's, you know, it was only day 2 of our cruise. It was sea day, you know, the day after embarkation. And already he was running into cuckoo crazies. Well, the next day, we had breakfast buffet, which you know I love. And it was very crowded. Very, very crowded. I think Kevin and I circled around the breakfast buffet area inside and outside in the great outdoors like 6 times. We just kept touring and touring, trying to find an empty table, something that we could sit at. And finally, I think on our final, you know, tour, you know, by this time we were starving. We were about to eat our arms, you know. We found a table outside. Someone had just left. And, you know, it was loaded with their dirty dishes and cups and, you know, crap, but we didn't care. We were like, woohoo, empty table, go, go, hurry, wheel me, roll, roll, roll. So he rolls me up, and I'm like, okay, we've claimed the table. You know, it's like dog eat dog as usual at the breakfast buffet. And I said, okay, go find someone to give you a tray, you know, and just get breakfast. And he said, well, you know, well, what do you want today? I'm like, doesn't matter what I want. You know what I eat. Go, run, run. So, you know, I'm claim the table. I'm sitting there. And so one of the crew members that works the area that, you know, clears the table and cleans up notices that we have just pulled up. So he comes over and he's like, oh, well, let me clean this table for you. And I'm like, oh, thank you so much. You know, meanwhile, I think he went back to get the, you know, those, the gray bucket trays that they have where they load in all the dirty dishes and stuff. Well, while he's gone to get that, which wasn't too far away, I'm doing my usual, I'm at home and I'm stacking the dirty dishes and cups, and I'm trying to kind of clear it up myself, because I figure the more I do is the less he does and the quicker he cleans the table, because Kevin's going to be back here with plates of food. So he comes back and he goes, oh, thank you, you didn't have to do that. And he's loading up his tray with all the dirty stuff. And I said, I'm just, trying to help you out here. And then he has his rag and he's wiping down the table. And I'm like, thank you. And he goes, well, I'll just have to get you some, I think I'll have to get you some more napkins and silverware. And just as, we're chit-chatting, this woman comes up to the table and she goes, that's my table. And we're kind of look at it. That's my table? And so I didn't say anything. I was kind of looking at her like, are you another nut? And so the server, crew member goes, no, it's not. He's been here. I've been cleaning his table for him. And she just stands there with this nasty, I'm not going anywhere look on her face. So the three of us are kind of I'm looking at him, he's looking at me, I'm looking at her, he's looking at her. Awkward! And she's looks like she's not leaving. She expects me to go, okay, and roll myself away from the table and give it to her. I mean, nobody knows where this woman came from, but she was like, that is my table. And I'm thinking, oh God, where do these crazies come from? Well, I was just about to tell her to piss off when finally she was like, and she turned around and walked away. And so he and I looked at each other like, oh my, and he starts shaking his head like, yep, you have no idea what we put up with on this ship. These crazies are on every cruise. So I kind of laugh, and he goes, yeah, and he walks away. And so Kevin comes back with the food, and I'm like, you're lucky we still have a table. And he goes, why? He goes, it's all cleaned up. What happened? And I'm like, so I tell him the story. He goes, you got to be kidding. I go, no. This lady literally was not going to leave. She was like, I am not going anywhere. That is my table. You are going to give it to me. And I swear to God, I will stand here while you eat and stare you down until you give it up. So, yeah, they're woo-hoo-hoo, Looney Toonies everywhere. Now, the next story takes place on the Carnival Valor in 2016. And we had embarkation day. We had finally gotten into our cabin. And, those of you that cruise know, when you get in there, they usually have all your things laid out on your bed or the desk, wherever they decide to put it. Your daily ship's newsletter, excursion tickets, gifts, treats and things like that. It's kind of all laid out. So usually Kevin starts to grab the luggage and figuring out he's unzipping, and we're going to unpack, and I'm going through what's on the bed. And I'm like, ooh, our excursion tickets, and I open them up, and there's multiple envelopes. And you could see through the clear window of the envelopes, they're gold, so they're the golden ticket for the excursions. And I open one up, and they're not ours. Not ours at all. They're for someone else in another cabin somewhere, don't know where. And I'm like, well, these aren't ours. And he goes, what do you mean? I go, they're for so-and-so and so-and-so in cabin blah, blah, blah. He goes, well, where are ours? I go, well, wait a minute. I go, there's another envelope. I pick it up. I go, these are ours. I thought he must have just, somehow they must have just got dropped here by mistake. I don't know. Maybe he was distracted. Who's to say? So Kevin's like, all right. So he goes, he picks up the phone, and he calls down to guest services. And he's like, listen, the cabin steward accidentally left us the wrong envelope for excursions. We have someone else's excursion tickets. And so the girl was like, I'm sorry, sir, what? You don't want to take your excursion now? And he's like, no, we have someone else's excursion tickets. They were left in our cabin by mistake. They belong to another cabin. And she's like, sir, if you want to cancel your excursions, you're going to have to go to the excursion desk. And he's like, you're not listening. I don't want to cancel anything. I'm just telling you, someone has dropped off the wrong tickets. They don't belong to us. Someone's going to be looking for their tickets. Oh, okay. Well, sir, I suggest that you go find the cabin and you deliver them yourself. Thank you. Click. And he's like, are you kidding me? What am I, the mailman? No, now we're going to take the attitude of some of the other people. I'm not on vacation to deliver people's mail. It's not my problem. So he goes, listen, I go, well, don't get aggravated. Let's just finish what we're doing here, and then we'll just take them with us when we leave the cabin, and we'll drop them off to guest services, and it's on them to make sure that they get them to the right cabin. So that happens, and he goes up there and he goes, I called down and talked to some moron just to let them know that the cabin steward or whoever just dropped these aren't ours. Okay, they belong to someone else. Oh, well, why didn't you just call us? He goes, oh my God, I did call you when I spoke to some idiot on the phone who didn't understand what I was trying to tell her. And then finally, when she did understand, her response was, go deliver them yourself. Sorry, that's not good customer service. I don't know who it is. It was some girl, but you need to find out who she is because she's dope. Oh, I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry you feel that way. It's like, oh, God, here we go again with the carnival. I'm sorry you feel that way attitude. He's like, here, deliver them yourself. And he walks off. It's like, my God. I don't understand why people don't understand a common sense explanation of a situation. It's very basic. We try to take them through step A, B, C, and D. We have received the wrong envelope. These tickets belong to someone else in another cabin. They need to be delivered to that cabin for which these people have ordered and paid for. And somehow these people on the ship don't understand what you're saying. I don't get it. Maybe you can fill me in. Well, this next story is a fun story and a nice story. Because, Kevin, talks to everybody. There isn't anyone that he doesn't talk to, especially when he's in the casino, on the slot machines. Because he's very active and very vocal when he's playing his slots. He's talking to the machine. He's rubbing the machine. He's like, oh, come on, baby. Come on, baby. He's hitting the button. Yeah. Give me some. Yeah. Free spins. And he's going, so anyone around him or he's sitting next to, they always end up getting involved with each other and who won what or didn't win or whatever. So, makes a lot of friends. Well, he runs into this lady who he's, met at the casino, who's become a casino buddy friend of his, as usual. Well, it turns out she won $2,000 on a slot machine. So she goes, oh, Kevin, I won $2,000. Oh, my God, I won $2,000 on a slot machine. She goes, here you go. And she hands him $20. He goes, well, what is this? He goes, $20. This is for you. Go put it in a machine. You're my lucky charm. You're my lucky charm. I'll find you next time we're in the casino. Maybe I'll win some more money. And he's like, thanks. So he goes, I got this $20 from this lady. I'm like, well, what did she win? She won $2,000. I go, $2,000 and she only gave it 20? He goes, I know, I'm just kidding. So maybe we'll win on a machine worth our lucky $20. But of course we didn't. Apparently Kevin is a lucky charm for other people. Okay, he's not a lucky charm for us. So we rarely win anything in a casino. But that was nice of her to throw us $20 to play that maybe we could win. But we didn't. Sad. But it was nice, and other people should be nice just like she was. You know, casino people are so generous. Now, again, as you know, as these stories tell you, for some reason, the drama always happens in the buffet. I don't know why. I really don't. The buffet, maybe where food is involved, seems to elicit craziness. And so on the Carnival Valor one morning, Kevin was up, you know, in the buffet line with his tray and our usual 2 empty plates, making his way down, and he gets to the bacon station. And the crew member behind the counter is standing there with his tongs, because apparently you can't take your own bacon. You can take everything else, but it seemed when it came to bacon and sausages and things like that, there was a crew member behind the counter holding tongs, and they were going to serve you. Okay, so he's like, okay, well, I got my eggs and toast and a muffin and fruit, but apparently I can't get my own bacon. So he's standing there, kind of looking at the guy holding the tongs, and, you know, with the kind of plates extended, meaning, I would like some bacon, thank you. And the guy looks at him, and he goes, you go to kitchen. You go to kitchen. And Kevin's like, what? You room service. You room service. You have tray. You go to kitchen, get food. And Kevin's like, what? What are you talking about? Dude, I just want some bacon. I'm a guest. Now, Kevin, you know, is in regular clothing. You know, he's got a t-shirt on and probably wearing his pink hoodie, you know, and jeans. He's not dressed like a crew member from the ship. And you all know what the room service attendants look like. They're dressed up, okay? They have like black dress pants and shoes, you know, and the shirt with the vest and, you know, the Carnival name tag with their name on it. Does he look like that? No! It's like, what is wrong with this guy? Kevin doesn't work on the ship for the love of God. He's standing there with a tray, 2 empty plates, going, I need some bacon. So I don't know what this crew member is thinking, that he's a room service attendant. I mean, did he slip on some bacon and fall and hit his head? What is wrong with these people? I mean, no common sense at all. I mean, Kevin had to convince him that he was not a crew member, that he was a guest, and he just wanted some breakfast. And finally, when that happened, the guy puts 1 piece of bacon on each plate. Now, is it gold? Did I have to call ahead for a reservation to get multiple pieces of bacon? And he's like, come on. 1 piece? Dude, are you kidding me? 1 piece? That ain't cutting it. Put some more bacon, please. More bacon. Bacon, please. Thank you. Some more, thank you. So, you know, I mean, he came back and there were only like 4 pieces of bacon on each plate. It's not like, you know, Kevin wanted to pile the plate with bacon, or the golden bacon. 1 piece? Come on. That's a little crazy. Well, he was crazy. But you know, again, I send Kevin to get breakfast, and he comes back with another wackadoodle story from somebody. Oh my gosh. One day can we go without running into some Looney Tune. Well, the next day, we were in Roatan. Beautiful Roatan. And we get back on the ship, and I went to go take a nap. And Kevin, who, you know, has ants in his pants and can never sit still for 2 seconds, It's like, yeah, you go take a nap. That's nice. I'm going to go run around. So we all know where Kevin goes running around. He goes running to the ice cream machines because he's got to get that free ice cream. So he goes to the buffet area and he gets his free soft serve ice cream. And he decides, I'm just going to kind of sit here and kind of chill. Not going to. Usually he walks around licking his ice cream and doing something. But he's like, I'm tired. We just got back on the ship, from tootling around in Roatan. And he's sitting there, and there's two guys at the next table. And one guy has his hair, and two white guys. And one of the guys has his hair all braided. And it's kind of unusual to see a white guy with his hair braided. So Kevin's like, licking his ice cream. And so the other guy looks at the braided guy and he goes, dude, did your wife make you get your hair braided while you were in port? And he goes, yeah. He goes, you gotta be kidding. Dude, what do I want to look like some homo? And so, of course, Kevin's like, ears perk up. Homo was spoken. And so he's like, yeah. Oh, I'm such a fag. Oh, and he starts doing that lisping, swishy hand, gay act, typical, stereotypical of straight people pretending to be gay. And so Kevin's like, now the stare down, from Kevin and the leering is going on, and all of a sudden the guy gets out of the corner of his eye, gets a glimpse of Kevin's like, you freaking kidding me, dudes? And so all of a sudden he's like, they're both like, oh, sorry, like, oops, we got caught being homophobic. So then Kevin's like, I don't know of any gay men that braid their hair, because that's like, really gay. Just saying. And he gets up and he leaves. I mean, people just kill me. I don't know why it's always, the default when people are talking about something or they're discussing hair or whatever they're discussing, that the default conversation goes to, let's mock gay people. Like kids in school, bullying other kids, going, oh my God, that's so gay. That's always brought up as the default slam, insult to other people, that, bringing up the gay thing is the ultimate insult. Enough already. My God, gays have existed since the beginning of time. I mean, read your history. Thousands and thousands and thousands of years ago. Even in the animal kingdom, it exists. Get over it. Move on. Now, back in the casino, playing those slot machines, Kevin runs into all the people he knows as usual. And one of the ladies he runs into is the one that keeps referring to me as Kevin's buddy. And she just keeps doing it, even though Kevin has corrected her. And so, she sits down and he's, playing the slots and hitting the button, hoping for the best. And so the usual, so, where's your buddy today? And Kevin's like, you mean my husband? What? My husband. He's not my buddy. We're married. He's my husband. Like kind of half, she's not even listening. So then he goes to her, so where's your buddy? And she's like, what? That guy you're with, your buddy. And she looks at him like, what? He's not my buddy. He's my husband. And Kevin's like, Yeah, I know. Same here, husband. I mean, these people, they just don't get it. And you keep correcting them. No, he's not my buddy. He's my husband. We're married. Like you're married. We're married. And they look at you like, what are you talking about? Now, she's not from another country. She's from the United States. It's 2016. Now, we were married in 2011, so by this time we were married for 5 years. And nationally, marriage equality passed in 2015. So we've had a whole year, where the United States, all 50 states, legal for gay couples to marry. And still, these people are like, what? It's like, do you live under a rock? Do you not know what's going on around you? Still cannot fathom this. It is our job to educate. So, Kevin did a little education seminar in the casino that day. Now, my last story involves some rich hoity-toity from the casino. And we told you the story. She was this rich bitch who just thought her crap didn't stink. And in the casinos, what kills me is when they have the smoking and non-smoking section, which is really such a joke because you're sitting at a slot machine and on it says non-smoking. But right next to you at the next slot machine, it says smoking. So they could be sitting there puffing away, on their non-smoking machine, but you're just, getting breathed on with all their smoke. It's really kind of crazy. Now, on the NCL Bliss, for our Alaskan cruise, the smoking casino section was actually enclosed by glass walls. It truly was a separate smoking area. But on these other ships, it's designated by a little sign on your slot machine. I'm non-smoking, but you're smoking. So this rich hoity-toity lady was sitting at her non-smoking machine. And as the story went, the guy sitting next to her was smoking on his smoking machine. And of course, she was all like hoity-toity rich bitch going, oh my God, put that cigarette out. Don't you know I am wearing a $600 Dior suit and you are ruining it. And he was like, do I care? No, I do not. Honey, I paid my cruise fare just like you did. So if you don't like it, you can move. Well, anyways, there was a quick story. So Kevin runs into the hoity-toity lady out and about the ship. Now, she recognizes her, not by her $600 Dior suit, but recognizes her attitude and her ugly face. And she's talking to a woman, and she's bitching and moaning to the lady about, oh my God, my cabin steward is just horrible. Oh, the service is horrible. Oh, you just can't get good service these days. Good help is so hard to find. My maid at home is so much better. I can't wait to get home to my maid. Blah, blah. She's going on and on like she's the Queen of Sheba. And so Kevin's like, oh my God, what is wrong with her? Do these types of people really exist? And so there was another couple, and they were listening to her going on and on. Now the lady was like kind of just nodding and silently agreeing, not really saying anything. But this couple kind of inserts themselves and looks at her and goes, you know, your cabin steward is just your cabin steward. They're not your slave lady. Get over yourself. Who do you think you are? This isn't the Titanic. And Kevin's like, you know, he's giggling because for once it wasn't Kevin, you know, calling someone out. It was actually another couple on the ship that was calling her out. It was like, yeah, you go, you know. I don't know what's with these people. I don't know where they think they are. They're just really goofy. But we're so happy when we see others standing up and just telling it like it is. So that's all I've got today to tell you what went on the cruise and the wackadoodles we encountered. Yep, it's crazy town sometimes when you're aboard a ship. So let me know any wackadoodles you've come across on your cruises. And while I wait for those stories to come into us, I want to thank all of you for joining me today on behalf of Kevin and myself from Cruising with Wheels. I want to have you remember to be a regular subscriber and click that subscribe button. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. No, that's not right. It's Snapchat. So remember, travel safe and cruise often.